Hey, welcome back, fight fans. We are here with yet another prediction show for this week's upcoming Metamoris card. Joining me today, we've got a cavalcade of idiots. Let's go ahead and say hi to first Kevin Phillips.
What's going on, Raph? Stoked to be here. Curtly, Lex, that other guy that's a better-looking version of you, Raph, from Open. This is going to be fun. I'm jacked.
Hey, Kev, I got a question to ask.
Still
Why are you looking and sounding more like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?
Well, you got to stick with what works, Raph. And Shaggy was a ladies' man. I mean, his name was Shaggy. That's where I'm going.
I'm going to let you live in your shame on that joke.
Shaggy was the cartoon's version of Ryan Gosling, you asshole. I think it stands.
And he trained at 10th Planet, so leave him alone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess since Paul interrupted this, we should go ahead and cut over to Paul. Paul Moran, my VJJ podcast arch nemesis from OpenMatRadio.com. How you doing, Paul?
Fantastic. And you, sir?
You know, pretty good. I hate working with Kevin. I don't know why I brought him along on this endeavor, but he's here.
It does hurt being in people's shadows. I know.
The only reason I'm in his shadow is because he's taller. That's about it.
Yet you're so much wider, so I don't know how that works.
Are you calling me white?
Wider.
Oh. I was going to say, you have something wrong with white people? Because I think we have to go over and ask Matt Kirtley how he would feel about that.
I was going to say I'm the whitest guy here, but I'm looking at Kevin. That's burning a hole in my monitor. So I'm doing good. How's it going with you?
You know, not too bad. A lot of these panelists are dicks. I didn't know that would be the case, but apparently it is.
You didn't do your research.
I did not. I failed miserably. And why don't we go ahead and say hello to our Russian friend, Lex Friedman?
You got it right. I'm the only one on this panel who's not a dick, actually.
Really? Are you a nice kid?
Yeah. That's what I'm known for.
What is it about you that makes you so nice?
Fuck you, Raph.
Oh, okay. Well, at least everybody's consistent. Enough with the pleasantries. Let's get straight to the matchup at hand. This matchup we're looking at today is going to be Gui Mendes versus Samir Chantre. Guys, I need to ask right away to Lex, since you are the nicest person on the panel, who is most responsible for making this match exciting? Go.
I think it is one of the 10 commandments that you can never bet against the Mendes brothers. So people seem to like Samir, but niceness.
Do you consider yourself one of them? Because it doesn't sound like it.
No, I'm skeptical. I think Guy will make it very exciting, and well, we're not allowed to make predictions, but you know where I'm going with this.
Well, keep us in bated breath until we get there. I don't know where you're heading. Paul, is there kind of an added benefit of having a brother to train with and compare notes with?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at jiu-jitsu historically, it's made up of a lot of brothers and families, so I think that Mendes brothers pushing each other for as long as they have has definitely helped. And you see guys like the Miaos, the Vieira brothers. I think there's some Gracies out there that might be related. But yeah, it definitely is a factor.
Now, that's an important insight to know, which is why I'm going to go over to Kevin to finish off the thought. Is there a possibility of a tag team matchup where the Mendes brothers take on both Samir and Clark? Go.
If there's not, they should be fucking talking about it right now. The directors of Metamoris should get together, make this a 2v2 match. We have some rules adjustments. Every team gets 5 Zach Morris timeouts, where you can call a timeout directly in the move. Then you tag your partner, they switch, Kombash. It's perfect television rap, and it's just what the jiu-jitsu world's been missing. Thank you for asking that.
Matt, does that fix everything in jiu-jitsu that's wrong with it?
I think it does. People won't. It will take the attention away from points versus no points. It'll be like, I really think the matches should have, like, you should be able to hit people with light bulbs, and like, is there like razor wire involved?
The floor is open. I mean, make your suggestions now.
Are people prepared for folded chairs?
I would commentate the shit out of that match. I have nothing to add the world of jiu-jitsu, but I would be amazing at that.
Make you rethink pulling guard. That's for fucking sure.
Paul, I do want to ask you right now, what do you think is Samir's best offense that he can do in this match against Gui?
If I was in his shoes, I would probably be trying to pass instead of play guard against Gui, but I think he's in trouble wherever he's at. But he's a game competitor too, so I'm not sure.
What a sporting end to that prediction.
Yes.
Look, that was exactly the political kind of answer that you could look for. Kevin, do you see anything surprising happening in this match?
I really do. I think Samir trains with one of the smartest gyms in the jiu-jitsu world. I think the surprise is going to be that wherever
Am I the only one that's hearing a small helicopter fly around?
It's not a small helicopter. Kevin's been taken over by Zool from Ghostbusters right now. Good. We're good, everybody. Matt, I'm going to come over to you to save this because Kevin is incapable of speaking. Can you voice Kevin's opinion for him?
Sure, as always. What was he even talking about? I wasn't listening.
Nobody listens to Kevin. That's the really tough part.
Am I still down?
Yeah, you're still down, dude. This may render you inconsolable the entire time we're talking. Matt, go ahead and go to you.
Like Lex always thinks, it's hard to ever talk too highly of someone going against the Mendes brother because it's Mendes brother versus really good black belts. We've seen them all go. We all want to not give away our prediction, but we all know where we're going with this. Maybe we'll all be wrong. That'd be even more exciting.
The fans. I think that's what he's trying to say. The fans.
I'm going to go to you, Lex. Even though, Lex, you were the one that really started everybody on this kick. What, if any, chance do you think Samir has of winning, and how could he do it?
So first of all, I think it should be said these are, I think, the smallest people in the whole card, and I usually have to watch these matches in slow motion because there's like a million things going on. So I think anything can happen. There'll be like one of these crazy scrambles, and all of a sudden a wrist lock will pop out on him somewhere. Man, once he gets, I'm predicting. Oh, man, I'm not allowed to do this, but once he gets to the back, once Gui gets to the back, it's going to be a tough 20 minutes.
I like how exasperated you are by your own prediction.
Yeah. We want the underdog to win. We all want the underdog to win. But sometimes when you're facing a 3-time world champ, it's a long, tough battle. And Kevin is still a robot.
Yeah, Kevin is definitely, he's being possessed right now. Guys, this is what it's like to work with him. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and count that as your prediction. I'm going to go to you next, Paul. Paul, do you see anything different than what Lex is pointing out?
No, I think what Kevin was saying before about Samir training with some of the best lightweights in the world, I think he's right. I know he gets to cross-train with Cashinho and Kyotera, Danny Prokopos, so I think that for his training camp, he's in shape and ready, but I don't think that's going to be enough to beat Gui. And everybody that I've talked to that has trained with Mendes brothers says that the Mendes brothers, Hafa is more of the athlete and Gui's more of the brains. So I'm going to go Gui Mendes. Probably bow and arrow choke, if not an armbar from taking the back.
Pick one of those, not both.
Bow and arrow then.
All right,
and let's
thank
hope
you.
that it's in the Gui. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
Bow and arrow armbar combo.
Here we go.
Hey, it sounds like Kevin's back. Kevin, do you have a prediction for us?
First of all, thanks, Paul. The solidarity of the community is represented here, and I appreciate it. For the other two of you, thanks for selling me up the robot creek, you fuckers. I've got feelings over here. Don't just call me names.
You're a robot. You have no feelings, Kevin.
I'm going with Samir. He's going to win this via rear naked choke. He's going to go back to basics. He's going to get on Gui's back. He's going to be like, what? What? And you guys are going to see that. You're like, God, Kevin called that to a prediction, and then he's going to rear naked choke him. And
I'd like to go ahead and stop Kevin from talking because it's blissful. But I'd really like to focus in on telling you, the audience, what Matt Kirtley looks like whenever he listens to a Kevin Phillips prediction. Because a lot of you at home can't see what it looks like. I see all of the feeds, but this is Matt Kirtley every time Kevin Phillips makes a prediction on this show.
I see it loud and clear, just so everyone knows.
Oh, you do see it now?
Yeah, I see it. I can see it.
Oh,
good.
Oh, okay. Oh, good, Matt.
With my look right at you, just like.
Well, to be fair though, Matt, it's really hard to see what you look like.
He's a robot. I don't care.
Well, I know, but you're using a webcam from 1996, so I feel like we're talking to the past. I'm not sure if he can truly figure out.
I had to travel back there to be excited about this Eddie match. So
that was 2 segments ago, but thank you.
Call back.
Matt, why don't you go ahead and finish off this segment by telling us who's going to win and how?
Mendes. He's going to win. I think Samir is going to put up a good fight, and Mendes will just. I know why. I don't know why Kevin's so upset about this. because Mendes is also a robot. Only his programming is much better at jiu-jitsu than Kevin's. And so
that's not a marker. Everybody's jiu-jitsu should be better than Kevin's, so that's not like a standard.
So I think it'll be an exciting couple of minutes. Really a lot of fast action, and then robot mode will go on, and Gui will just get to a dominant position and probably like armbar him. Armbar. Choke combo with Paul. There we go.
You guys are doing a fucking parlay together.
I don't think because it's not just going to be the one. It's going to be the combo that gets him.
I want to thank everybody for sticking around and living through the fun that was Kevin as a robot. And hopefully you learned something valuable about how good the Mendes brothers are at jiu-jitsu, because if you didn't know that before you came to this podcast, we changed your minds, I promise you. We want to thank you guys for checking in. Check in for our further installments of who we think is going to win at Metamoris 3. We'll see you guys on the mats.